Well, good morning everyone. It's Ian from DIY Home and Gardening, monthly update time. A little bit late in as much as we're on the 5th of November, but basically it's just been so stormy and dark, not being able to get out up the allotment to do the video for you. So if I turn the camera around, we'll start at the garden and then we'll go to the allotment. So there's not a tremendous amount to see here. Just wanted to show really that greenhouse is been cleaned, bubble wrapped, fumigated, and started moving a few bits in. So some of the chilies that I want to overwinter, they've come into here. I've got the tree kale have come in just to get them going a little bit more. Some ginger and turmeric that I need to lift. The Solanum quintoriensis, I've binned one, I've kept one just to see if I can get a better plant for next year. Some more ginger there. Avocado, mango, and then the papayas there. And first of the dahlias that I've lifted from a tub outside, that's hyperminto. We'll just nip outside. I noticed these last night got caught, but these are the Christmas potatoes, or will be. But you can see we obviously had a frost the night before, slight frost, so they've been caught. So I'll need to move them into the greenhouse as well. But essentially, that's all that's out here, and we'll go to the allotment. I forgot actually, there's still the red cabbage in here, and then I've got some spring cabbage that are growing away quite nicely, so these need to get planted. Right, got up the allotment, obviously typical. As soon as I've got up here, started to rain, so this will be a zoom around. Start with the normals. So rhubarb kind of still doing nothing. Leeks, they got planted into here. Yeah, something's had a bit of a go at some of these bits, not sure what. Chili peppers, they all got harvested, and well, last week I was busy stringing those up to try and dry those. Not done anything with that bed. That bed has just been clean and tidied. Added the manure to the base, and then soil on the top. As I was digging through, found more of these, which are the Jerusalem artichoke. So got dispose of those. Can't have those in the compost bin because they will just shoot everywhere and you never get rid of it. Dahlias are probably this week's job, in as much as they now need to be lifted and stored. Well, that is the ones I'm intending to keep. So that is this week's job, although still got plenty of time, to be honest. You can leave your dahlias in until they get frosted, which we had a slight frost last night, as was evident on the potatoes, but these would tolerate a little bit more. So I've got a bit of time, but that'll probably be this week's job. Plus I want to get the area cleared so it's prepared, ready for next year. In this bed here we got the purple sprouting broccoli, which now the temperatures are cooling down, you can see they're starting to produce their florets, which is what we want. Might have said previously, but I think this will be my last year of growing this, because it just takes up such a big amount of space. Bit of a pain to look after in terms of having to net it with the cabbage whitefly and the cabbage white butterfly. So it occupies a lot of space for essentially 9 months, and well, I don't know how much you actually get out of it versus just going to the supermarket. Definitely more sign of slug activity now, so perpetual spinach looking really good, but a few more holes to it. The kale, Cavolo Nero, again a little bit more chewed. Probably want to just start pulling the odd plant, you know, things like the wayward ones that are falling over with their own weight. Probably start pulling them, and then we can pick and freeze those leaves, so that'll give us good crops in the freezer to be able to draw on, knowing that it's secured, rather than potentially losing this if it goes particularly cold and snowy like it did last year. Rainbow chard, this is another one. Start using it now, a bit more sort of soup and stew weather. Again, you can cut it, freeze it quite readily, use it like a spinach alternative or cabbage alternative. Really good, quite flavoursome. Brussels sprouts, you know, a big disappointment. They just haven't put on the growth in terms of the height of stem, but they are putting on the little caelets or sprouts, whatever you want to call them. Again, possibly my last year of growing these. So this bed here, well, this is the garlic bed. Again, it looks like something's been through here. The odd wayward label. Oh, bit of sign there with some sprouting, which is good. But yeah, and then that's probably early purple, I would think, given the fact that it's so much more advanced than the others, but who knows, I might be wrong, because that batch also looks pretty good. What is that one? Oh, so that's topodrome, that one, and let's have a look. Oh, strange enough, that's Iberian white. Well, that's good. So yeah, garlic coming through nicely there. Within this bed is the elephant garlic, so they're not doing anything as yet, I don't think. I'd be surprised because they went in quite late, or later. No. Within this bed here, this has been pulled around a little bit because the squirrels took a liking to the shallots, so I've had to then mulch over the top, which I wouldn't ordinarily do, but yeah, the squirrels were literally pulling everything out. But look, nasturtiums sprouting up through, and there's even a bit of climbing French bean that has come through the compost that I'd used. And then here we've got the Egyptian walking onions, so they're starting to come through. Even the little bulbils, the odd one is popping up. That's good. Strawberries suddenly look happy. It's become a little bit of a dumping ground for some of the spent compost. So these were the root balls from the chilies. Literally just severed the tops of the chili plants, dropped the root ball in there, so that'll break down. That'll give me a bit of soil. This bed here was the chrysanthemums, so all these Eloise types, they've all been cut. Next year I'm only just going to do a handful of plants of each of those. The winter spray, yet to do much. And then these couple, well, we've had so much cut flower from these, but they are starting to go over. It's lovely though. It's probably another couple of weeks of colour out of those for the house. Only kept that sunflower in case it did pop and give them a bit of seed for the birds. Nasturtiums. Look at the size of these bloody things. They could be good, or they could be well, pretty concretey like that. Oh, amazingly, a pak choi has managed to develop. That's amazing. So anyway, they want pulling up. Now something's pulled this. It's probably that squirrel. Yeah, so I'll probably pull them, see if they're any good. the Welsh onions are doing what they do really, but they will have to be moved because this whole bed is designated to be planted this week for onions, although it looks so claggy and wet. I'm not sure that they'll enjoy it, to be honest. Last couple celery, so again they need to be lifted and used. You can see again they've just now been caught by the colds, but there's some decent stems there, so they'll be all right. Probably use those in the soup. But essentially that's where we're at. Within the shed, there's not a lot going on really. A little bit of the potato being stored still. I've got the Louis white and the other Louis in there, Bryn Taffnell, so they're already up here drying a little bit, and I've had to bring in the Kelsey onions again because the kept coming in, come up here and the squirrels and whatnot had pulled them apart, but you know, they've been lifting them all and found those scattered over the pathways, so they've come up here. But yeah, other than that, that's what's going on. Oh, the sun's coming out, so that's yeah, that's how it looks. And that's where we're at, first week of November. Probably, well, almost certainly, this is the last video for the allotment, because beyond this week it'll be tidied. As I say, the dahlias will be lifted and a load of that other brasserie type stuff will be getting lifted and harvested, stored, so there won't really be anything to see up here, but we'll see what happens. See what start working on, but yeah, that's essentially the allotment update for the November. If you've got any questions, then please send them to me. If you like what I'm doing, then well, please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that reminder button so you don't miss out on the future videos I'm doing. And well, if the weather stays like this, then make the most of it, enjoy your day. I'm off to work, so till next time, bye for now.